So game number 3, the deciding match to see who gets to go against Belladar in the best of 5 finals, being played on Berg. So get in there, cast your vote to see of who you think is going to win this match. I think we've seen both players come out and play really, really good games. Julien was very, very successful on the first map. Gregorianmonks equally as successful on the second map. But because it's Berg and because, if I recall correctly, bots are quite effective on Berg, I would tend to side with Julien on this match.
Yeah, well, I agree. I see the logic. I think is though that Julien doesn't really expand at all, and he doesn't drag the game to the back of the plan and stuff. So I think it's like bots are very good because they can harass and they can prevent opponent from getting metal on the map, while Julien actually just takes all the doxes and attacks the base. So so that's not particularly the best use of doxes. However, well, let's see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this works.
The thing is though, if you have just for the Gregorian monks, if he plays vehicles, he only has 5 metal that is safe, and then he has those 4 metal spots near him that are kinda hard to. I think they're gonna be very hard to defend.
Yeah, and I think you brought up a really good point. Julien does not seem to be one to expand much. So if Gregorian can actually weather the early game onslaught that Julien is likely to send out, he has a good shot, because if he actually expands and takes these metal spots and builds up enough tanks to hold off the bots, it's definitely possible he could take this match. And both players have spawned in, both using the same colors as last game. Gregorian, of course, opting to go vehicle first again, and an air factory. Julien, as last game, is opting to go bot first.
Yep. Air for Gregorian. Yeah, both guys playing basically the same, I think.
Yep, same game as last time. There goes the second bot factory for Julien. So, yep, he is playing really heavy bots again. He's got 2 fabbers out. We'll see how quickly he decides to expand, if at all. If he plays like he has the last couple of games that we've watched, he won't really be expanding that much. Gregorian also has 2 fabbers out, building his early bomber yet again. Let's see if he sends them in again. Looks like he's sending that bomber on a scouting run. He's going to see what he can find.
Deja vu, I guess.
I know. It's just like last game. Alright, yep, so he's going up, checking to see if Julien has decided to expand this game.
Yeah, this time he has transport. So...
Oh yeah, Julien with the transport.
He does some tiny adaptations to his strategies. In last game he used Triconomics, and now he gets a transport, so that's nice. However, he gets 2 energy plants after... I think he stalled very hardcore for a second for build order for him, and now he floats, so he might consider polishing his build a little bit. Well, let's see.
There goes his fabber in the transport.
And again, Gregorian monks is doing proxy factories, so I'm a little scared for him.
It's not too terribly far yet, but yeah, if that's a sign of things to come, then that could end badly for him if he starts spreading out with the proxy factories really, really far. See, now is the time that a bomber would be really, really nice. Although there is a fighter here protecting this fabber.
There's a pretty huge group of dogs on the right side, and let's see what it can achieve. And it can achieve quite a lot because on the right side there's a lot of metal and a lot of energy, and it's totally unprotected. So
those bots do make quick work of that tank. Looks like Gregorian's going to respond with his bomber. See how many.
Yeah, and that's saving his health basically.
And
Oh Jesus!
right in the middle. Yeah, he's chunking that group of bots down pretty hard.
Yeah, I think he might have really dealt a lot of damage. So loss of such number of dogs is quite huge. I think this heavily swings the game in favor of
Julien,
monks, I think.
Putting up a proxy bot factory out behind his base.
Yeah.
Transport moving a Faber across the crack here, so that Gregorian monks. Oh, Gregorian monks putting down a vehicle proxy factory out behind his base around his 3 metal extractors back there. Gregorian sending out the bomber and 3 fighters again, seeing what he can track down. And a pretty big bot push coming in for Julien. Man, that is a lot of bots.
But there's quite a lot of tanks already, so
yeah,
I think
and the
he's
bots
gonna
have to go
hold
through
it.
a choke point to get to him too.
That's not bad. That's not. I mean, not good. Not good.
Ooh, man. Yeah, they are tearing apart a lot of these tanks. Bomber comes in, misses most of the bots.
Yeah, but yeah, what did he kill right there? Not really much.
Not much. Not much at all. Some tanks. Like, he got some tanks. I don't think he got anything of strategic value other than tanks.
But he is quite ahead in economy again, so that's nice.
Guess I should go
That
back to
might
the
be-
economy tab for a little bit. Yeah, Julien
Yeah.
ahead on the economy. He's got a second bot factory going down on the back of his base. Yeah, he's got these bots out in the middle of the 2 bases, getting harassed pretty effectively by this bomber.
He's
And
doing
a-
nice micro and spreads doxes,
Yeah.
so
He's not going to make it easy for him. And yeah, he sends a fighter in to clean out that bomber, so they are no longer in trouble.
I'm
A
a little
nice tank
bit
push coming out for Gregorian.
yeah, I'm a little bit nervous for Gregorian monks right there because that's still not enough tanks. I mean, that's a lot, and that's gonna trade very well, but that's the only thing that he has right now. So I think he might need a larger group to do like significant damage, because right now he will just trade most likely, and his economy is much worse than Julian's, so he cannot really trade. He needs to do damage.
Yeah,
So let's see what happens there.
Gregorian's got this factory back here that he had made for proxy, but not doing anything with it. And he's got bots headed for it from Julien right now. That's kind of a waste.
I think Julian is in a really good situation right now.
Yep, Gregorian moving his commanders slowly towards the center, building factories along the way. Oh yeah, and Faber down. Those bots are going to clean up that proxy base behind Gregorian's base pretty effectively. Looks like tanks versus bots outside of Julien's base.
Not bad
I think
for
Julien's got
tanks.
enough bots to hold this back, plus the commander standing right there if anything gets past.
Yeah, but economy for Gregorian monks is really bad right now. It's 40 difference, so
He's stalling pretty hard on metal.
yeah.
And
So
he lost metal extractors just recently, so that's not helping him at all.
dogs are worse than tanks in direct fight, but if you have better economy, you can trade with them no problem.
Yep.
So that's going good for Julian.
Always build more bots.
Yeah. I wonder whether, like, he was before the tournament. I bet, like, with his friend, I bet you, man, I'm gonna win this tournament using only bots.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I wonder.
Well, he's certainly trying. He is certainly trying. Here comes another push from the assault bots. See what they do. Commander pushing out, putting down another factory. We got a defensive turret going down behind the walls. Looks like he's really digging into this this side here. Gregorian has really pushed out his commander on the opposite side. He's got quite a few tanks there. Factories going down, radar going down. That's really nice. But man, these bots massing up here represent a pretty significant threat to Gregorian's base. He's been using his tanks in a lot of all-in attacks, and he just does not have the forces anymore, and he's not building them up fast enough.
Look at the mobile number, man. I mean, army count. It's 200 to 66.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Whoa. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's...
And, you know, Julien's got 3 extra factories. The metal is pretty even, so I have to assume it's because Gregorian was stalling so bad there for a while that his production slowed considerably, giving Julien the significant unit advantage that he has right now.
Yeah, so Gregorian Monks is pulling ahead in metal again, which is very nice, very cool, but he's doing a push with, I don't know, 10-15 tanks, and...
Yeah, he keeps stalling his, or I don't know if he keeps stalling, but he's been stalling his power. Yeah, I didn't and now his metal. That. And now, yeah, he donates basically 10, 15 tanks more. Yeah, okay, that's nice. He kills 3 metal extractors, but now he's facing such a mass of doxes that he's most likely not going to... Yeah, this is not looking good. Not looking good, yeah. And now he's running his tanks away as they get picked off by bots. And that's like almost his entire army right there. That's not good. Commander pushing forward. I would expect to see some more factories. Yes, here we go. Another bot factory going out right outside Gregorian's base. Huge numbers of docks just pushing in, taking out a medical extract, taking out a radar. They're slowly getting picked off by bombers. So it looks like Gregorian is going to be able to stop this push for now. Julien finally moving in his fighters to take care of those bombers. But Gregorian has already lost this area. He's been pushed out of it completely, and it doesn't seem likely that he's going to win it back. Not anytime quickly, anyway.
And he still hasn't rebuilt those 3 metal extractors in his main base.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. He does have, he does have these 4 metal extractors out here that he could be building on. I think he's won that area enough that he could safely put down some metal extractors and start building up his economy some more, which he needs dearly because he's stalling again. And that's hurting him. Julien also stalling on metal economy pretty hardcore.
And Gregorian Monks is expanding quite heavily in the back of the planet. Very good for him, but Julien clearly doesn't harass too much there. I mean, he has a group of dogs there, but doesn't pay attention at all to them. I think he's too used to those very short games when the game decided within the first like 6-5 minutes, and right now he might slightly fall apart in a longer macro game.
And that's what we were saying at the beginning. You know, if it's a short game and bots can win Julien the game, you know, it's pretty much decided. But if Gregorian can hang on and expand and out eco, you know, he's got a good shot at winning this game, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. You know, Gregorian has taken a lot of punches from Julien in his humongous bot army, but he's also been able to spread out and take up, you know, all the eco, or at least a lot of the eco on this map. And if it's allowed to continue, he's going to build up enough of a tank army that he's just going to roll right over Julien's army.
Yeah.
Especially with his commander like out in the middle and exposed here.
Yeah, I think he's going all in right there. No, he's getting walls. Okay,
he's building walls. He wants to defend this area, but yeah. Oh, here comes a pretty sizable bot army and boom bots down here. But yeah, I mean, there's a point defense here. There's enough tanks here. I don't think the booms are gonna get in far enough and do enough damage. Enough of them are gonna do enough.
Maybe, you know, he goes with commander and then boombots.
Boombots on the move, but they're gonna get shot to shreds by the tanks. Yeah, I think they killed 1 tank.
Oh, yeah, not really too efficient.
Not super effective. Yep, army tab looking more interesting now with Gregorian catching up on the unit count some. He's not as far as behind as he was before. He's caught up on the factory count. He's definitely up on Fabbers. and he's pushing out of the top of his base, ends up taking out that proxy base that Julien had just thrown down a little while before, and is making a significant advancement towards Julien's base. Bots dying by the dozens to this tank army as they continue to push forward. And I think he's running out of bots out of the top of that base. Gregorian may actually have an opportunity here to push in and start taking out some of these factories.
And Commander has not really any support at all, so Sorian monks decided to do a push and try to squeeze him from two sides, do a sandwich. Then I don't think he has any chances of escaping.
No, I think Julien's kind of stuck there for now. If Gregorian can keep up his unit production and keep pushing out into this top area here, yeah, he'll have the commander trapped and be able to just slowly start pushing in and yeah, basically wipe out the commander.
Yeah, but we've seen in last game that Gregorian monks is quite conversative. Oh, God.
Yes, conservative. Yes.
Yeah, conservative player. So he might, wait and be patient and stuff. Like he most likely will not do an attack right there. So
that is true, and we're also assuming that he knows the commander is there. Which,
yeah.
as we recall from last game, he's very scout adverse.
No, he has seen commander, but he's waiting. And well, it's actually not bad. I mean, it makes sense. He has to. I mean, he has to make sure that he has enough tanks that he can overrun those bots. But well, so that's a smart choice. But well, we see the whole situation. He doesn't. So
yes.
He just sticks to what feels safe for him, and that's good. That's good.
Yeah, he seems to be a player that wants to win by overwhelming force. He doesn't seem to want to take out, do snipes or anything super risky. When he wins, it seems he wants to win by a fair margin. He wants to have a huge overwhelming force and just no chance of it going badly for him. We see a bot push from Julien, dying against these tanks.
Yeah, and they are at the same number of units right now, which means basically the game starts to slowly. If it's the same number of bots versus the same number of tanks, it's obvious that.
Yeah, it's slowly starting to turn into Gregorian's favor. He's got the eco advantage. He's gonna get the unit advantage here pretty quickly. But, Julien's still in this. He's still trying to push in with his bots. He might make it in to do a little bit of damage, but we'll see how much this point defense ends up helping out. Oh man, the
turrets are really strong against bots as well.
Yes, they are, and the bombers come in too. So yeah, that bot push was not terribly effective. He's going to get a few metal extractors out of it, a couple of them anyway.
Yeah, Gregorian is getting this phase rather again.
Gregorian with a small tank push, probably not the right move. Encounters some walls and turrets. Not really super effective, but he knows what's there now.
Yeah, he has huge army on the right side, so he should use it, I guess. And
I would
once
think
he
so.
uses it, yeah, I don't think there's anything that can stop such push.
I think he's killed enough bots here that I think if he pushed from both sides, he'd win it right here. If he had these units here with the Infernos and the tanks, and these units here all push forward, he could have had it. Now he's got to wait because he's got to defend against this bot push.
Well, I think such huge army can destroy Julien's base very easily. And if he feels cocky, he might kill the commander as well.
Well, he's pushing out with his tanks and his Infernos. We'll see how much damage they get to put down before he either pulls them back or the commander just uber cannons them into oblivion. That's one factory down. He gets some pot shots on the commander before pulling them back. Uber cannon goes down, takes out probably 5 or 6 of them. So pretty effective push. He got a factory out of there, out of the center area. Got some damage down on the commander. But yeah, I don't think he has enough to do the final push quite yet. Gregorian's got some more tanks moving into the side of Julien's base. Completely undefended over here. He's got some bots up on the north side of his base, but Gregorian's pushing on that side too, so Julien's in a pickle here of which side he's going to have his bots defend. He decides to defend on this side over here, while Gregorian just gets free reign to take out metal extractors and fabbers on the back side of the base.
And once he takes out main base of Julien, it's basically over. He kills production, he gets income, and especially he's killing energy as well, so starting to stall an energy, so
Looks
and
like,
you know,
looks like Julien has this
80
little proxy
metal.
base over here with four factories that I didn't notice at first, which could have been effective, but yeah, I don't think that's going to work at this point. Oh, bots! Ooh, man, bots putting down some pretty heavy damage on the defenses of Gregorian on the top side of his base. Commander moving in, he's going for an all-in here, moving the commander in and all the bots to try to take out a significant chunk of Gregorian's base.
I don't think that's gonna work. You have,
I don't think so either.
Yeah, there are 2 turrets for...
Yeah, Gregorian's got enough defenses here. He's got double turrets. He's putting down a wall. He's just going to sit here, wait for the commander to get close and start getting shot at by this point defense, and then swoop on him with tanks and infernos. And I think this is going to be it right here. Tanks moving forward. Uber Cannon goes out, takes out a little bit of them. Julien not retreating here though, so he knows this is an all or nothing. Either he's going to push in and do significant damage, or he's going to blow up.
Those were fun games, I think.
Those were very interesting back and forth games from Julien and Gregorian monks.
It was intense.
And it looks like the viewers were right. Gregorian monks takes game 3 and moves on to face off against Belladar in the finals.
Chronogram engaged.
Let's go back in this game. Let's see. Actually, pretty early on. So 4.5 minutes in, Julien has the advantage. Pushing in with all these bots. Yeah, early on, like, you know, it looked like Julien was going to take this match. He had a pretty significant advantage, but like we said early on, if Gregorian had an opportunity to hunker down, expand, and increase his eco and take an eco lead, that Julien was going to have a hard time winning this match because of his reliance on basically nothing but and not really expanding too terribly much. And that's exactly what we saw.
The initial attacks with bots were cleared another attack, so
yeah, his initial attacks were somewhat effective. Like, they didn't make it really far into the base. They did a good job of keeping Gregorian in his base early on both sides, but eventually, Gregorian broke through, made his base down here on the south side, and then, yeah, his fabbers from this proxy base back here just eventually started expanding out and taking more and more metal from on the map. That was a pretty good bot push right there. Took out a metal extractor, took out, I think it was a factory or a fabber. Yeah, and this looked really dangerous, but they're bots. There's a pretty significant number of tanks back here, and they had to go through a choke point, which was bad. If he'd have gone down through the more open area, it might have been a little bit different, but I mean, there was a pretty significant number of tanks there. Overall, I think Gregorian did exactly what he needed to do. He needed to basically just hunker down, protect himself from the massive bot rushes of Julien, and expand where he could, and then find his right time to push back with the tanks, and he did exactly that.
he just traded.
Hmm?
Just traded efficiently.
He did.
So,
He really did. He traded very efficiently.